Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life After Kids with Doctors Brooke and Lynne. I'm Dr. Brooke.
And I'm Dr. Lynne.
And we are so glad you're here today. I am excited about this topic. Didn't need that.
No, that's me trying to get excited. We've had
A long day of recording.
long day of recording, but this is a fun topic. So this one's
think
easy
so.
to get excited about. Yeah.
Tell them what it is.
Well, we're talking about over 50 stereotypes and pushing back on what aging is supposed to be. And, you know, all of the new in today's day and age with the way that the world is moving, all of the new possibilities for aging.
Yes, and I loved how you were saying that. I hope somebody's watching this on YouTube to see your. So one of the reasons why I love this topic, number one, is because you're going to be 50 this year.
I know.
Yay, I'm
that
so
is,
excited.
listen, at the odd years hit harder.
The odd years?
The odd years hit harder.
What do you mean? So 49 was harder than 50?
No, I just mean the decades. So 20 and 40.
Oh, 50. You've lost me. How's that an odd number? 50 is an even number because 5 is odd. I don't know what you mean. But 40, I'm so confused right now.
All right. I realized that was not my best moment.
But
Yes,
where
that
were
was
you
a
going
blonde
with
moment.
that?
But okay, so 20 and 30 weren't hard. 30 and 50 are hard. And you're right, they're even numbers because
But
they're
20, you're
divisible.
saying 20 and 40 were easy, but 30 and 50 were hard?
Correct.
Okay. So the three, I get it. No, I get that.
Because
Okay.
when you're in your 20s and you're actually excited to be 20, right? There's a lot
Yes.
you're looking forward to. You're going to be 21. You know, you just got the right to vote. You're young. You're like, it's 20. When you hit 30, your 20s are over and you're like, whoa, now
Yes.
I've got to grow up. I'm actually an adult here.
Yes.
Right. And you've got to be adulting full time.
Yes.
When 40 comes along, you're like, you're working hard. Your kids are young. You feel young. You've got it all pretty much going. You're starting to get a little bit of money on your side. So it's like, this is great. I can do this. And then I think 50 comes along and you're like, whoa. When I was young, my parents used to go to over the hill parties. And I remember the people that were 50 and they were old.
Mm-hmm.
So it hits you.
Yes, I would 100% agree with that because 40 was like, it didn't bother me at all. I was excited about it. Because I just like the 30s were, especially towards the end of my 30s, were tough years for me emotionally. So I was so excited to have like a clean slate. Then I went into my 40s and went, but I agree with that. For some reason, 50s, you know, I'm only a couple years behind you. It's going to hit hard.
Yeah, it does. It looms. But in any case, it's coming. If we're blessed, it's coming. And
absolutely, we're so lucky to be turning 50.
We're so lucky, and we only have the choice in how we're going to react to it. So that's what we're here to talk about.
I love it. And I really love this conversation because for some reason, you know, we can have the general broad conversation about the narrative of the world or the boxes that we might be put in, whether we do it to ourselves or it's by this generalized narrative. But I feel like I'm always put in this box by my children.
How so?
Oh, they're, you know, like they roll their eyes at what I do, or the example, and I may have shared this on an episode a long time ago, because this comes from out of our trip. You were there with me. We were in Italy. And this was like 2019, I think. It was before the pandemic, right? That was like the last real travel we did. And anyway, we were at the Rome train station trying to head over to where we go, Naples. And the trains got delayed. So we're like, oh, well, I guess we need to shop. So we went to that like 2-story Nike store that's in the train station. And I had my eye on this pair of
cute
Nike
shoes.
Super cute shoes.
Platforms.
Yes, they were like Air Force Ones, but they were black. So it looked like a platform because it was a white, the sole was white and it was really thick. And anyway, I loved them. I tried them on and I loved them. And both were
pink.
No, you got the pink ones and you never wore them. I got the black ones and wore them all the time. But my kids literally were fighting with me in the store that I absolutely could not wear them. Mom, you're too old to wear them. Everybody our age wears them. What are our friends going to think if you're wearing them? To the point where and then I wanted to buy them even more. And they followed me up to the checkout, like trying to take them away from me and put them back. That's what I mean by putting me in a box. Like, you're too young to do that. You shouldn't. It drives me a little bit crazy.
I
But then,
remember that. I was there with you and they were very adamant about that.
oh,
But I wonder, so back then, like sneakers weren't as big, like sneakers are huge, like they've become even bigger since then.
which I'm so glad, by the way, because
Right.
that's all I wear.
Right. Same. So I wonder if they weren't just, it was kind of, they were only for teenagers then. Are they
I
better
don't
with
think
it
so.
now is what I'm saying.
I think you're wrong about that because I remember when we were packing for that trip and I remember you saying the great news is the sneakers are so in, we can wear sneakers with our dresses, we can wear sneakers during the day. Like we were both so excited that we could just,
Yeah.
that was, I think it was just then that we were hitting that cusp of like sneakers with everything. So I think it was just, it wasn't the sneaker. I think it is just that it was a sneaker. It was because it was these Air Force Ones and they were super,
They
super
were
popular and
hot for
trendy
young
with the
kids.
kids. And it
Got
was
it.
like, you absolutely cannot be wearing or liking a pair of shoes that my friends like, that all the girls in my high school are wearing. And this is kind of like, I mean, there's a whole, all directions we could take the stereotype, but one
I
of these
think Lila
questions
would do
is,
that to me too, but she would just tell me I couldn't wear something just because she thought it wasn't my style or something. Like the style that they attach to the shoe, because different shoes are for
yes.
have a different style. And I think she would do that to me too. And I'm sure she has with certain things. But I think to your point, you're saying like they were just saying you were too old.
They
Like
were saying I
flat
was
out.
too old and I had no business wearing them. So there's where my question, like, where is the line? And is there a line?
I would say no.
I would say no too, but I also think I actually in the last year, I just now started going to myself when I go to either put something on or purchase something, I'm like, I'm probably too old to wear this. And
Aw.
I never did that
No,
before.
you didn't. What's
Ever.
changed?
Um,
Other than
I'm
you
not
getting a little
sure.
bit older.
I'm not really sure other than maybe it's just me getting older. Maybe I have this sense too. This might be really weird. I'm just unpacking this right now, but of wanting to, foster relationship with my kids and their friends and connect with them. And I'm concerned that because they're always on me about me like clothes that are too young or shoes that are too young, that it's embarrassing for them. So I don't want
So you're
to.
trying to minimize
And
that a
that's
little bit.
because now that I'm saying it, now I'm like minimizing myself to make them happy, which that's probably not okay.
Well, that's where the line is,
Yeah.
right? Where I can see you wanting to do a little bit of that, but
In a healthy way.
in a healthy way, but then it shouldn't detract from what you want to wear and your style and you
Yeah.
feeling good about yourself. So
Because I think you would say I definitely tend to a very youthful look and style. Do you think that about me?
not overly like youthful.
No?
Like, I don't think it's like when you say that, I think you're like, I would think of it as being inappropriate. I don't think it's inappropriate. I mean, I
Okay.
think you have a young style, but I don't see you like, no. I mean, I think that you certainly don't dress older than your age,
No.
but
Nobody's
I
ever
don't think
accused
that
me of
you
that.
dressed younger than you are because that's why we're talking about this, that this has changed a lot. So back when we were teenagers,
Yep.
we were looking up to our grandmothers or our older aunts or whoever. They looked very different at 50 than the women look at 50 now, right? You did a reel that was really hot.
Yes.
Topic about that was basically 50 looks different now, and it was Jennifer Lopez versus Blanche Dubois. Or
Yes.
Blanche
Devereaux.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Blanche Dubois was from Tennessee Williams play. But yes, so
And it's true.
very different. And they were
It's
both in their 50s.
right. And I feel like women like Jennifer Lopez have set that stage to allow us the creative freedom to be who we want, dress who we want, dress how we want, and be as youthful as we want.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that because a creative outlet for me is definitely like style and picking, putting an outfit together and feeling really good about what you're in and feeling comfortable and I love to feel youthful and vibrant in things that I wear.
For sure. I mean, I think that the clothes can make you you can fake it till you make it, right? If you don't feel that way, you can put on something really nice and you can be feeling yourself. And then that automatically influences how you feel on the inside, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we could even take this conversation to a place where it's just aging in general and not even the outside looks as
Yeah.
such, but the attitude about aging. And when I predominantly look around, overwhelmingly, I see people who are not thriving as they age. And I just think we need to remember, if you don't want that, if the majority of the people are doing that, you need to do the opposite of what the majority is doing. Right. So my motto is, I want to do things 180 degrees differently from how aging is being done by the average person in America.
So I think that's why we are so fortunate to be the age we are at this time in the world.
Right.
Because there are so many new and cutting edge tools, and biohacking is such a big thing. So many things that we can do to age really well and to extend our life, but not only extend the years of our life, but also the quality.
Love that.
And
I think it comes back to just having standards for yourself that challenge the normal standard.
Yeah.
Right. Just always try and push beyond what is possible. I think if you just look at your parents or grandparents and see them taking handfuls of pills every day and just think that's inevitable, then I think there's an opportunity wasted there.
Yeah. It's okay to think outside of the box.
Yeah.
And to do different or be different.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, I think we have to allow space to do what feels right and comfortable to us, because not all of us, we might not all have that, not on aging. Like, we should all want to take care of ourselves and be as healthy as we can.
It's not just about comfort.
No, but when it comes to, I guess I'm circling back to the physical appearance and that part of aging and how we dress. You do you.
How do you feel about hair? So, they always say a woman of a certain age shouldn't have long hair. That's
yeah. Well, we've had comments.
There is an age, but I think the age has gotten older.
I can tell you one thing for sure. I would take that and throw it right out the window. I will always have, the older I get, the longer hair I want.
Okay. I love it.
I love
you get
long hair. I will never not have long hair. And we've had people comment, easy for you to say with your long blonde hair and all the injections in your face, like your long blonde fake hair and injections, which, this is where I'm saying, let's just agree to let each other do what we want and age the way we want, and not
you have not
judge
had
people
injections in your face.
No, but I do have fake hair. I do have extensions and I love them. And I just said to my hairstylist, the next time, make them longer. So I just don't, I think that there are women that look absolutely stunning with shorter hair and the bob and even very short, but that's just not for me. It doesn't look good on me.
No, you look definitely more youthful with it. You've had it
before. With a bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, short hair. I don't want short hair.
No.
And I don't mean to say that not to make anybody that has short hair feel bad, because some women look amazing with it.
So well. I don't know if it's true, but did you see that Jennifer Aniston just shaved her hair for a movie role?
No.
Yeah, I just saw that on Facebook. So
that's interesting.
It's probably not new news right now. If you're listening to this, it could be a couple weeks
in the fact.
future, but it'd be new news as of today. So
yeah.
And interestingly enough, because she's such a beautiful woman, it does, in my opinion, did not suit her.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was not a flattering look for her.
Well, yeah. Well,
she's got such iconic hair too.
Oh my gosh, from Friends. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to have her hair. My mother has always been a role model on this, because she still dresses super youthful and super fun.
It's great.
I mean, we were just at Hobart at one of Anthony's games, and she came and we were going to dinner, and she looked adorable. She had on black leggings and she had on black canvas Vans, and she had, her little black coat, and she looked adorable. She looked like something that one of my son's friends would have been wearing, and she pulled it off. And she always had a really good sense of,
That's great.
She just, and my kids think she's so cool. Now, when I wear, when they're telling me in Rome that
No,
I
you
can't
can't
wear
wear
that. It's
that,
so
Mom.
embarrassing. They think my
But
mother's
they
cool.
love it on grandma.
But she's always been an example of kind of, for me anyway. I think that's where I get my
Sense of style.
that, and just love of
Yeah.
dressing youthful and being youthful. She definitely is not somebody that has ever put herself in a box with her age.
I love it.
I mean, her and her group of 5 friends at the age of 55, 60 decided they were going to start to run triathlons. So talk about letting go of 50 stereotypes. I think it was when one of her best friends turned 60 that she said, I want to run a triathlon. And they started running triathlons, and then they started doing half marathons, and they did I mean, I don't think they ever did a marathon, but it's like,
That's inspiring. Yeah.
I've done posts on this before, but I've been doing a girls' weekend with them in the summer for, I mean, easily 20 years, back to when my kids were little, but we still do it. And I cannot keep up with them. I honestly can't. They're just are so much fun, and they're having like so much fun in their life. And they definitely, there's just,
Great role models.
yeah, I think that it's really cool to see how we've broken out of that. I mean, what is that stereotype? Where does that come from?
Well, that, age is a limiting factor.
Yeah.
It's not. We just watched a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's so inspiring for women, for humans. I mean, whoever you are, if you don't find this movie inspiring, I don't think I want to know you, but,
that was harsh.
That sounded harsh, but my point is it's super inspiring.
Yeah.
So, it's called Naiad. And it's
I can't believe you haven't told me about this.
I have. I've told everybody about it, but it's about the woman. I think it's a bad movie name.
Okay.
It's her last name.
Oh,
Diana Naiad. And she was the woman that swam from Cuba to the Keys successfully. And she's in her 60s. And she's the only person who's ever done that. And it's true story.
this is amazing.
It's remarkable everything she had to train for and go through. And I mean, she had been a long distance swimmer her whole life, but she'd really gotten away from it for several years. And then to come back and do something that,
so impressive.
Yes.
That physically
demanding.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think she swam for 48 hours or straight or something like
unbelievable.
that. Like, yeah, it's the lack of sleep. Like, they're showing how she just would hallucinate, and her partner or coach or whatever you call it was played by Jodie Foster. She also was tremendous. Cool. Yeah. And, they had to,
I love that it was 2 women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They were best friends or what have you. And, she had to talk her out of like seeing, like she was hallucinating often. So yeah, you have to watch it. You have to check it out. Hopefully I made it sound like a good movie. It is really entertaining. It's a treat for sure.
I want to watch it. What's it on?
It's just, I mean, you could probably find it on Prime or whatever. Just search.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was nominated for an Oscar.
To your point, that's a bad movie name because I didn't know who she was. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, what does it even mean?
I know.
Naiad.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I
told a ton of people about it because it was really a great movie. Good. And nobody's watched it. So I blame it on the movie title.
I think that's probably a fair statement, right? But these are the things this is why it's like, it is never too late. It's never too late. Doesn't matter what your age where you are in life. This goes far beyond how we dress or how we look or any
stories ready, but we've done posts on this where Martha Stewart became famous in her 60s and Vera Wang had her first shot late 40s, and all the women that we know and love that were coming of age, I guess, at this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I was asking you earlier, where does that stereotype come from? I feel like it's because some part of this is growing up and what was on TV that I was watching when I was younger that sort of set that stage. So I'll get for example, did you ever watch Mama's Family? I don't know why I thought of that, but that's where my, like
Yeah.
she was the grandmother. And by the way, at that, she probably wasn't that old. She was playing an older person. But, she's at home living with her family, with her kids. And there she is in her like pulled up stockings that are partway rolled down with these old heels and her
The
what do
floral
they call
getup.
that? The dressing gown or her day gown. I mean, there's a name for that
Yeah.
that women used to wear. And it's like
And
we
the
have
curlers and
yes, the curlers in her hair and how far we have come. Thank goodness.
yeah,
Right?
I think it just comes down to what's acceptable, like, and that is always changing. So that was acceptable dressing for that age at that time. And it's definitely like as we are living longer and as we're becoming more vibrant as we age, that those ways that we're dressing, the hairstyles, all of that is being challenged and being pushed back,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah. I don't
Works
even
out
know if
good for
it's
me.
me too. I'm very happy about it. And I don't know if even is acceptable the right word, just typical maybe.
Typical.
Yeah,
That's a good word.
typical because nobody can tell you how to dress.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, I love these conversations. I love breaking the mold.
They're fun. Break the mold. I love it.
Breaking the mold, right? What else you got? Anything else to have to say about that?
I think I will be cutting my hair this year.
What stop? Well, that's just because it's trendy.
No, I did it a couple years ago and I loved it. But the problem is you have to wear it straight all the time, or I felt like I have to wear it straight all the time. And it shouldn't be as difficult as it is, but for some reason it is for me.
Well, you have a lot of thick hair, that's why.
Yeah.
But that's not because you feel like you're getting too old for long hair.
No.
That's only because you like the look and it's in style. It's in
Correct.
some of
And I
your
want to
pictures.
change.
And you get bored.
Yeah.
I usually do too, but I usually go through periods of I'm going to cut my hair, then I'm going to grow my hair, and then I'm going to cut it because I get bored with it too. But I'm really feeling this long hair. I like it.
That's good.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So.
It's about finding what you love and what makes you feel good.
Yeah. 100%.
All right.
Okay, ladies. Well, thank you for joining us, ladies, and definitely make sure you're reaching out to us on Instagram, Facebook,
We
TikTok.
love your comments.
We love hearing your comments. We like your feedback. If you have any topics that you would like to be discussed on the podcast, please let us know. We're always happy to do that. Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I hope I didn't already say that. You can go to the website at www.lifeafterkids.com if you want to get the purpose quiz or any of our other free resources. We also have a ageless beauty guide.
Yes.
And that is a great
point.
resource. And I will definitely link that in the show notes
That's a
and
great
put it
point.
out in the newsletter because that is something if you were enjoying this conversation and want to just
Dive into.
Yeah. lighten yourself up a little, something a little new, maybe just push the boundaries some or just enliven yourself. I always feel like when I give myself a fresh look, it's like a fresh start. It's like a new outlook.
It
It
is.
just feels
It
like
is.
uplifting,
I
right?
know. I did the other day, and you guys might think this is frivolous, but I did a spray tan, and I just had my hair done, and my family noticed it. I felt better. It's drab right now. It's been gloomy, and so it was a nice little pick me up.
Yeah. It definitely can be. If you're
Yep.
there's a metaphor for if you're feeling a little lost and stuck in this phase of life, maybe you just need to change up the clothes a little bit
Yeah.
or the style or
Yeah.
the hairdo, whatever it is. Think outside of the box. It's okay to do that.
Yep.
Lots of us are doing it. And I think it's I am here for it all day long.
Me too.
So go be your best self and keep in touch with us.